and welcome back to another edition of the Prep NFL podcast. I'm Jack McGroarty, here with Tommy Repici and Liam Pierson, and a lot going on this week in football. Believe we are coming up on week 6 in the NFL, and yeah, a lot happened this week. A lot of upsets, great games, but I do want to start it off definitely. Both of the undefeated teams in the NFL, Eagles and the Bills, both went down to, Bills lost to the Patriots, not a very good team. Eagles lost to the Broncos, a little more respectable, but I want to get your guys' thoughts on that first.
We'll start off with the Eagles-Broncos game. That game was, Kevin Patullo I think he coached well in the first half. And I think it happened in the Buccaneers game too. Once the second half hit for the Eagles, just had nothing on offense for the past 2 games. And I think the Eagles are still yet to play a full game, and if they want to go far this year, they're going to have to learn how to play a full football game, especially when they play better teams.
Yeah, I think you made a good point there. I think one big guy who hasn't really been contributing that well is Saquon Barkley. I feel like he has been a little on a downfall in these last couple of weeks. He hasn't been playing that well, and he's been the biggest part of their offense. Like last season, he was one of the best running backs in the entire league, and now this year he's not bad obviously, but he's been a little bit worse than he should be, and I feel like that doesn't help.
Yeah, 6 carries for 30 yards in this game is not going to get
great.
done, especially against a defense of this caliber. Because Jalen has played a pretty good game.
Yeah, he didn't play that bad, and also Devontae Smith, very impressive game I thought. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he caught for over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Also, your point on Barkley though, his season last year is it's 1 in a million. It's hard to have a season just as good or better than the season he had last year.
Yeah.
I mean, right now he isn't going to come close.
No, not at all.
Yeah. He probably has 300 rushing yards maybe on the year?
I don't know.
I mean, he only had 6 carries, and his only play was a 53-yard
267.
Catch touchdown,
Yeah, but pretty disappointing game for the Eagles for sure, especially they led 17-3 in this game. Courtland Sutton kind of orchestrated the comeback there. And Nix was firing on all cylinders. It was kind of hard for the Eagles to keep up.
Yeah, Sutton had a really complete catching game. He had I'm pretty sure he had 99 yards it was, and 8 receptions, which is really good.
Yeah, and we said this going into the year. The Broncos are a really good team.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like the Eagles lost to the Patriots or the Dolphins.
Yeah, exactly. I think that the Broncos might be the best team in the AFC West, especially with how the Chargers have kind of sputtered the past few weeks.
I mean, unlucky with Lamar Hampton though.
Yeah, true.
I mean, they could be. I think the Broncos could be one of the top teams in the AFC, just behind because the Colts are a team that who knows what can happen in 5 weeks. Same with the Chargers had a big loss too. I mean, Broncos are a really good team in the AFC.
Yeah, no, I would definitely as of right now have them as my favorite coming out of the AFC West. Moving on though. The Bills also went down this weekend. They lost to the Patriots. Pretty surprising for a lot of people because this looked like the most dominant team in the NFL prior to this week, obviously.
Yeah, I think I don't think the Bills put together a great game. To be honest, I mean James Cook. This was his first week that he really had a bad week because he's been super dominant, and then he just rushed for 50 yards. It wasn't that impressive.
I think the Patriots played really, really good too. I mean, there's some bad blood with Stephon Diggs. All in the Patriots team now, and he went off. I mean, he had one of the top wide receiver performances the whole week out of a wide receiver.
Yeah, him and Drake May were on point.
He had 150 yards, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Drake May had a great game as well.
Yeah, he did. No passing touchdowns to show for, but still a great, complete, pretty sound football game. Didn't turn the ball over, which Josh Allen could not say. That pretty costly interception. I think Drake May outplayed. This is one of the best games I've seen Drake May play in the NFL so far.
100%.
Yeah.
And also with the Patriots too. I mean, to beat the Bills team, they had to play a perfect game when the Bills don't even play their best game. So I'm not really worried about the Bills and how far they're going to go.
Neither am I.
I still think they're going to go really far.
And thing with the Eagles too.
Yeah, the Patriots just played the perfect game. It was like the Chiefs a couple years ago. You have to play a perfect game to beat the Chiefs. And the Bills are kind of the same way, where the Patriots just played a perfect game to beat a Bills team who kind of beat themselves a little bit.
I mean, and surprisingly, when I was looking at it, the Patriots are 3-2. I mean, I feel like that's a lot better already than what people expected.
Yeah, because you just look at yeah, you really look at how Drake May's played and how the defense has played. Actually, a lot better than you would think.
Yeah, the defense. I think the defense especially. I think
Yeah.
they've been playing really well. I mean, they just shut down one of the best offenses in the NFL. So I thought that was super impressive by the Patriots.
I mean, I say we go into a team who people thought were going to be a lot better than expected,
Ravens.
and it's the 1-4 Ravens.
Yeah,
who lost
Ravens.
44-10 to the Texans, and that's a game you can't.
Granted,
even
didn't
blame.
have their quarterback.
That's
but-
a game you can't even blame on not missing Lamar Jackson because the Texans, whose offense has not been good all year, just scored 44 points on
that's the worst
a Ravens
part.
defense.
Yeah.
This Ravens defense looks absolutely horrific.
Oh, yeah, it looks terrible. I
Because
mean,
you go.
I mean, I think with the combination of Cooper Rush, I mean, he is absolutely awful. He is not good. And then their defense, I feel like they have a bunch of old guys that kind of lost their spark. Like a guy like who's the cornerback? The old guy.
Humphrey?
No,
No.
I remember he might be. Hold on, I have to look because there's a guy.
I mean, they have Wiggins.
There's a guy I'm
Young.
thinking of. Let me find out real fast. I can't think of it right now, but sorry, sorry, but I can't find them. But like this is one. But long story short, their defense has been very bad this year.
Yeah, especially
Well, let me find
Tommy said it. C.J. Stroud has been horrific.
I know he looked. I mean, this is the best him and Nico Collins.
This made him
looked
look absolutely amazing. And this is like C.J. Stroud. I know because I have him in fantasy. Has looked literally horrible the entire year. I like multiple interceptions and fumbles.
Yes.
What are you, 5 touchdowns this game?
Yes, I mean Stroud had a really good game.
Also,
Yeah, he did.
who had a really good game? Nick Chubb had a really good game. I think it's
Oh, yeah.
because 2 weeks ago, I think Woody Marks started having the game where he was taking over a little bit, and maybe it made Chubb think I actually have to step up and do better.
Yeah.
Averaged 5.5 yards per carry, touchdown, 61 yards on the ground, and then in the air he had no catches.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of Kyle Van Noy, the linebacker. I mean, he's 34 now, and I feel like he's.
Yeah.
I feel like he's.
He isn't what he used to be.
Yeah, I feel like he was a lot better a couple years ago. I feel like he's definitely not as good anymore. So.
And sticking with the team of the theme of watch running backs a bit, Derrick Henry's
Oh my
been
God,
horrible too.
he's been
15
terrible.
carries for 33 yards. What,
And-
2 yards a carry?
He's starting to have a fumble problem too. We've seen it
Yeah.
earlier in the year. He's fumbled in. I mean, if he doesn't fumble in a couple of those games, the Ravens could be at least 2-2 right now. I think.
And I think I said it last week
2
with
and 3.
Liam, I believe. The Ravens, especially with Lamar being out another 3 weeks, Lamar could come back with the Ravens 1-7.
I mean, they would just
'Cause
they'd have to win out though.
They're not gonna beat the Rams. I wouldn't be. I mean,
I mean, the Bears have been good.
I
So
don't think
know
they
if
beat the
they'll-
Bears.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe
like-
they beat the Dolphins, but who trusts Cooper Rush after
Yeah,
throwing
I mean, the
interceptions?
Ravens
They
don't
go
have
down to
the-
Miami
Yeah, they don't have the easiest schedule either.
I think Jackson's supposed to come back this week, right?
this week. I thought it was 2 weeks.
I thought it was 2 weeks.
Let me
Oh,
see.
I thought he's supposed to, or on fantasy at least says he is.
Let me see. He wasn't practicing this week.
At all.
Yeah, they ruled him out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I heard-
So it'll be at least 2 weeks probably.
Yeah.
1 maybe 2.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to touch up on, I mean, I heard you say fumbles with Derrick Henry. How about the fumble by Emery DeMercado and the Titans game that basically cost them the game?
That is something we talked about last year with, I think who did Kyle Pitts did it last year.
Yeah, he
Remember
did.
we talked about it?
Yeah.
And how he said it's just pretty stupid. Just wait till you get in the end zone to celebrate.
Yeah.
And it happens at least once or twice a year now. And these players just have to learn to just
Carry the ball to the end zone.
carry the ball to the end zone and then celebrate after.
And
Yeah.
the craziest part is the Cardinals started off this year good, and
Yeah.
past 3-4
Started
weeks they've just
3-0,
been
right?
horrible.
Yeah.
No, 2-0. It was 2-0.
But you can look at that fumble and you can say that it cost Jonathan Gannon his job. He was fired, or no, not fired, fined earlier this week.
Oh yeah, he wasn't. It feel like he was he punched Emery DeMercado. Or not
Yeah.
a punch. It was. I mean, he could have been honestly. It was something like that.
Yeah, he was fined $150,000.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing that showed Michael Carter got a lot of runs, and he didn't even play that bad to be honest.
No, yeah,
Michael
no.
Carter,
I think he played.
a guy from the practice squad. I mean, he didn't play that bad at all.
I think the biggest story of the game though is definitely how Cam Ward played, because
Yeah.
I feel like we've been talking about it for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
He really has shown a lot of talent.
Yeah,
You know?
I talked about him last week. Yeah, I feel like he hasn't been that good. But I feel like this game, I mean,
For the team he has around him.
yeah, I feel like for the team he has around him, he played pretty well this week.
I mean, how do you think Cameron Ward would do in an offense like the Buccaneers?
Yeah, that's like
Or even like
Eagles for that matter.
the Eagles.
yeah, like with guys around you, like for the Buccaneers, I think that was a great example. I mean, with like guys like Emeka Egbuka, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Kate Allen, like all those guys, Bucky Irving.
Yeah, he's
like,
just had literally no time.
yeah, I mean, he hasn't had a chance. I mean, I saw a lot. I feel sorry. Tyjae Spears is coming back, and I feel like that could help Cameron Ward a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I see a lot of things saying that he might be a 50-50 split with Pollard. I mean, maybe Cam Ward works better with him than Pollard because Pollard. I mean, he's just all right. I mean, he's not that special. So we'll have to see how that plays out because I feel like he can maybe play better than Pollard, help Cam Ward out a little bit.
I want to talk about the Buccaneers game, and I mean, this offense just scored 38 points on a good Seattle defense without Mike Evans, without Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
And I think when this offense is fully healthy with Godwin, Evans, and Ibuka, and then Irving, and Mayfield, of course, they're going to be a dangerous team, and I think they can even make the championship game for the NFC.
Yeah, I feel like they always are, just because Baker's he's such a gamer. Like he's great pocket presence. He's a good arm. He doesn't make too many mistakes. So like when their offense is firing, because their defense hasn't been, great the past 2-3 years. When the offense is firing on all cylinders like it is right now, they're a really hard team to beat.
Yeah.
I think the Buccaneers have one of the most, if not the most complete team in the NFL right now.
Really?
I think they've been playing absolutely incredible this year. I mean, I feel like if you're a wide receiver 3, when everyone comes back as Chris Godwin, I feel like
The most complete team, though? You're giving that to them?
the Eagles.
maybe not defensive wise,
Yeah.
but on defense, I feel like
Look
they
at
have
the
guys like
defense.
Levante David, Antoine Winfield, like those are both like really those are both guys that are
I
pretty
don't know,
good.
man.
I still
27 points, 35 points.
I guess. I'll say this. I think they're one of the best offensive completed teams, if not the most offensive completed teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't have a single possession, maybe tight end with Kate Allen, but I feel like he hasn't even been that bad.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, I feel
He's
like
a solid tight end.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they have a really, really good offense.
Yeah.
So.
One more game. Chiefs-Jaguars, Monday Night Football. Jaguars are 4-1, and
That is insane.
I feel like it kind of came out of nowhere.
Way out of nowhere. It's not like they had any big additions either.
Yeah.
And it's not even like they're using their Brian Thomas is a
Ever
rookie
Lawrence
last
is
year
playing,
who was supposed to be a wide receiver 1. He's not even playing like that
Yeah.
well.
You would think with Brian Thomas playing like mediocre, like they would not have a good season. I mean, they're 4-1, and they just beat the reigning AFC champions. So.
Well, I definitely want to talk about the Chiefs more because
Yeah,
it is
2-3.
They're a weird
crazy
team.
to me that that Patrick Mahomes is 2-3. Like I genuinely never thought like Brady had bad years, but this is the first year that we like in what it's been 8-9 years now that Patrick Mahomes has been in the NFL. This is his first year where like
Can't win.
just nothing's going. 29 for 41.
I mean,
it's not
the
horrible.
stats are there. I feel like. I mean.
Yeah, but he's turning the ball over, which I feel like he didn't used to do as much.
I mean, when you look around at the offense, I mean, with all these guys out, he doesn't have a lot of weapons. I mean, for running wise, he had the most running yards.
Yeah,
You gotta
agree.
think too. I mean, I told you week 1 in our first podcast that I think the Chiefs are gonna have a losing record into Rashee Rice's return, and I think Rashee Rice is gonna make a big impact for this team when he does return, saying he's healthy and everything, and then Mahomes will have an extra person to throw to, which that would leave Worthy open down the field because
Yeah, well, because
Kelsey would be open too.
this is a really similar team, almost identical, that went to the Super Bowl
Yeah,
last year.
they haven't lost many guys. Like they basically have the same team.
Yeah, well, so I don't know. Like, do you guys think they have any shot to
Make the playoffs?
Playoffs or like go far in the playoffs.
both? Because like if Mahomes gets there, you would think that there's no way that he doesn't go down without a fight.
I think there's a really good shot that they make the playoffs, especially when Rice comes back and it's Patrick Mahomes and
Especially
Patrick
in the
Mahomes.
AFC West.
He's a winner.
I
he's
think-
gonna win. They're gonna turn it around.
They're 2 games off the Chargers and the Broncos right now.
Yeah, and a team like the Chiefs, I mean, 2-3 is like it's not like irreparable. It's like you can easily come back from that if you just have like a couple of solid good weeks. I feel like they'll definitely make a run later in the year. I think they'll end up with a positive record because I would never doubt Patrick Mahomes. I've done it over and over and over again. I've always said something about Patrick Mahomes, and he's continued to prove people wrong and play well.
I don't know. I think this is the year that I think they missed the playoffs because just like you were saying, he has literally no weapons, and the defense isn't. You know, the defense bailed him out of a decent amount of regular season games last year. You know, with last-second fumbles. You know, fortunate calls from referees, or and
and also the Chiefs.
We're not getting that this year.
The Chiefs teams in the past too, they've actually had a run game. This season,
they have not.
They have no run game at all, and it's kind of absurd because Isaiah Pacheco, he's still young. He's still a good runner, I think. He hasn't been producing at all this year.
Yeah.
One more game here, Commanders-Chargers. Really jumps out to me with how the Chargers have been playing the past 2 weeks because they were 3-0, and this is a double-digit 17-point loss to the Commanders,
which are out there
who were
wide
playing
receiver too. They're out. They didn't have Terry McLaurin in that game.
I feel like there's so much parity going on. You know what I mean? The Commanders have lost to some. Go through the Commanders. What they started 2-0, but then didn't they lose 2 straight?
Yeah, without Jaden Daniels. Right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels is. I think he's he's their offense in my eyes. They have guys.
He didn't even play amazing though.
Yeah, but they have guys like Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Bill Crosby-Merritt.
Yeah, if anyone, Bill Crosby-Merritt was the one who.
He had a really good week.
On that game.
Yeah, he had a really good week.
Yeah, but there are this year, like what you just said. There's so many middle of the pack teams where you have no idea. The Cowboys 2-1. They just scored 40 points on the Jets.
I feel like anyone can beat anyone.
Without CD Lamb too.
At the same time, I'm a Jets fan, so I'll say the Jets are absolutely terrible. We are so bad.
Not great.
And me and Tommy, I remember after week 1, we were so wrong. We thought that the Jets were gonna be
really good.
Yeah,
I thought they actually had a shot.
Every year on paper we look like a decent a 9-8 team.
Fields played good week 1.
Fields has been good.
He's played good every week.
He's played.
Just can't get the ball.
That
to
one.
receivers.
No, he had 1 week where he didn't play that well. It was against the
Bills.
I think it might have been the Bills. Yeah, but overall he's put together a solid season so far. Just I don't know. The Jets are just not good. I can't really say anything else than that.
I think the Cowboys are going to turn it around still and get second in the NFC. I think, especially they've been playing so well. George Pickens has been playing amazing. Williams amazing.
Yeah.
CD Lamb's about to come back in a couple weeks or this week, and really they just need their defense, Bland and Diggs, to start producing on defense well, and I think they'll be a pretty solid team.
Do you think Dak's top 5 quarterback in the NFC?
Right now? Yeah. If you showed me his blind stats this season, I would say he could be a top 3 quarterback in the NFC this year.
Wow.
If he's blind,
I'm saying
not his name or anything,
no,
just his blind
I think I'm
stats
saying
this
yes
season.
because I'm going Hurts, Baker, and Stafford.
Stafford. I think Stafford's been really good.
I'm going Hurts, Baker, Stafford. Love has not impressed me.
Love's been inconsistent.
Jaden hasn't played enough. I'm probably going Goff, and then I think that 5 spot's a toss-up.
Yeah, Dak has a lot of weapons this year. I don't know if it's just because they played the Jets. A guy like Ryan Flournoy, he popped out in the game.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, he just dropped a 100-yard game. And I feel like if he emerges as a young receiver as the wide receiver 3 spot with guys with Pickens and Lamb as well, he has a lot of targets. And I feel like they're under a good coaching job right now.
Yeah.
And that helps a lot. I would agree with you guys. I think the Cowboys can be a really good team this year.
Dak Prescott, second in the NFC in pass yards, has not turned the ball over a lot.
Yeah.
And Matt Stafford's the only one ahead of him.
Pickens has definitely helped him out, but yeah, I agree with you guys. I think that Dak has always had the talent, but it's pretty, trendy to hate on him. And you just look at how he's performed the years that he's been healthy. He was runner-up in the MVP 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was. I think it might have been I want to say the 2021 or 2022 season. It might have been
2022. I think.
Yeah.
No, it was 2023. Actually.
Really? Was it that?
Yeah, it was 2023.
Yeah.
He also played 3 games this year without his best wide receiver.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's been good.
Yeah, definitely. So moving on here into week 6 tonight, Eagles kick it off with the Giants. Eagles coming off a loss. This is a pretty. It should be a statement win for the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm not even probably gonna watch it because the Phillies are playing, but I think it's just gonna be a blowout. Like when the Phillies
You would hope.
the Eagles should be up 24-0 at least.
Yeah.
I think this is AJ Brown's game to actually score. Saquon Barkley's gonna have a couple big runs against his old team, and I think the Eagles defense is just gonna shut him down.
Yeah, and they need to. The Eagles secondary just needs to completely shut down Dart. Take
I don't
advantage of what is this going to be his
He's a
third
rookie.
game in the
Yeah.
NFL?
I mean,
He had 3 turnovers
wouldn't-
against the Saints last week.
I wouldn't be too worried about Dart, to be honest. I mean, he hasn't played bad for his first 2 starts, but I mean, he had a good start. He had a good start against the Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't roll
But then he went. But I think
He
I think the
fumbled,
stat was
had
like
2 interceptions.
it might have been 5 turnovers actually. I think it was like I think it was
It was 3.
no, but I think they turned the Giants turned the ball over 5
Oh yeah,
times in a row.
Scotto fumbled too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
I think it was like I saw a stat it was like the first time since like it was like in like 10 years the offense turned the ball over like 5 times in a row. With like
Yeah.
I just think that the Eagles' defensive line, Carter, Davis, Jalix Hunt, Zadarius Smith, they all need to get to him early and force pressure. And I don't think he'll be able to do anything off the run or improvising with a secondary, consisting of Quinyon Mitchell, who's played great this year. Keely Ringo's been good. Cooper DeJean. It'll be really tough for him.
Yeah. And also, I always said it, like Dart in college, he always had an interception problem. And I think he was drafted a little high because of his interception problem. It's a hard thing to fix.
I'm
and everything.
still.
where was Dart drafted? 26.
26.
Yeah,
They
to the
traded up
Giants.
for him.
Yeah.
And he's going up, like, it's not like he's going up against a college team anymore. Like last year, he's going up against probably the best defense in the NFL. And I think the Eagles are just going to get to him tonight. The pressure, if they get pressure on him, he's going to throw bad balls. And DeJean
And they'll take it.
Mitchell are gonna be there.
It should take advantage of that.
Yeah.
I don't see this being a game where Jalen Hurts throws for passing touchdowns or has 200 passing yards. I feel like it's going to be
I
very.
think it's Saquon's game.
Yeah, they're going to try and get the run involved again. Try and create that momentum they had all of last year. Find holes through the offensive line. I really don't see him airing it out at all.
Yeah, but this also has to be a statement win for Kevin Patullo too, because he's looked horrible this year. And if he can get even like just one deep ball to the end zone for Smith, like Devontae Smith or something, then it can change the whole trajectory on how we think about him.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the Eagles kind of like I feel like they kind of need to win this like in the sense because like as you guys were talking about before, I think the Cowboys they're gonna come out they're gonna like pressure the Eagles a lot. I mean they play the Panthers this week, who have to say the least they're like they're not one of the better teams in the NFL, but so I think if they like if the Eagles like if they like keep a trend of like not being like the best offensive team, I feel like the Cowboys can sneakily like pressure them a little bit.
I think I'm the only one who is not worried whatsoever about the Eagles.
I'm not that worried
Like
either.
I'm literally, I could not be any more worried, or no, any less worried about.
I mean,
the Eagles.
yeah.
They have one of the hardest schedules in the NFL, and if you don't think they're gonna have,
You're gonna drop a game.
they're gonna
here and
drop
there.
games here and there, and they're gonna have close games. You've seen Jalen Hurts run into the end zone when he throws a deep pass.
And I'm tired of the narrative that Jalen Hurts isn't a good quarterback.
Oh,
Because you look at games like this, and no one's going to talk about it because they lost. But the narrative is that he can't throw the ball, and he throws for 280 yards.
They always
He's a winner.
Yeah, the thing is like everyone just calls him a system quarterback is what I hear.
Yeah, like which system? Like that's that.
Yeah, I mean
That's the Instagram graphic you see all the time. He's had 7 offensive coordinators in 9 years.
yeah, and now he's behind who is it? Is it Kevin Patullo?
Yeah, Kevin Patullo.
I mean, and he hasn't been bad, but
I
I feel like he's made some questionable decisions.
No, but you just look at like last week, everyone was talking the whole time about how you're going to beat the Buccaneers, or I guess
How you're gonna lose to the Buccaneers?
or no, they beat the Buccaneers.
Yeah, they beat the Buccaneers.
But he only threw for 130 yards, and that was the whole narrative that that he's horrible. But no one talked about the week before that when they came back down 21 points to the Rams, and he threw for I think 3 touchdowns and 275 yards.
It was all in
It's
the
very
second half
biased,
too.
yeah.
200 yards in the second half.
One thing we forgot to mention though, I don't know how, the Joe Flacco trade, kind of
Oh,
opens
to the Bengals.
Yeah.
I feel like that opens the door for both Dylan Gabriel and
Browns
Shedeur
quarterback room
Sanders.
is going to get very interesting, and I am, since day one, a 100% believer that you need to give Shedeur a chance.
He has not been given any opportunity.
And he's the better quarterback.
You think? Who do they play this week?
They play the
Steelers.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Gabriel's getting
Yeah,
the start,
I mean they've been
obviously.
and Gabriel didn't even play bad last week either. He didn't play that. He played okay, but I feel like he didn't have like an awful first game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you got to give it, and it'll be interesting to see if Gabriel just rides out the rest of the year or how they're gonna do it. You know, two rookie quarterbacks.
What they should do, I think they should use both of them. I know people don't like using two quarterbacks, but
Yeah.
it seemed to work. Like, just figure out your quarterback now rather than later, and just use both of them. Maybe again in the Steelers game, get both of them refs or whatever, and see who's your better option.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely going to be a big competition, preseason of next year, camp of next year. But I really would like to see Shador get some reps.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting how they do that. You know, if they let Dylan ride out a few games, let Shador play a few games, if they kind of go back and forth, like Tommy said, almost like the Alabama team in 2018. Like Dylan will get a half, Shador will get a half. Very unconventional in the NFL, but it's not like the Browns are playing for anything anyway.
And if the Browns continue on this trend of just being terrible, they're already 1-4, it doesn't look like it's gonna get any easier for them. They might as well just start experimenting with all their young guys like Shador.
And they have
Judkins.
They have talent.
They have
Judkins looks good.
They have so many rookies in their offense this year. I mean, they have Fannin, Judkins, Dylan Sampson, Shador Sanders, Isaiah Bond. Like they have all these guys.
I think Isaiah Bond is going to be good. I think that was a good.
Yeah. I mean, they have so many rookies.
No, I think
he's been playing.
I think he had a few targets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here,
I think he had a few targets.
They put the Vikings this week, correct?
Yeah.
This past week. Let me check.
Yeah, they signed him, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Or no, it was 3 maybe. Obviously went undrafted due to the sexual assault.
Yeah, Bond had 2 receptions for 29 yards, but at the same time, the only other person that had more receptions and more yards was David Njoku.
That's what Dylan Gabriel did. You know,
he
did have 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, I was saying he didn't play that bad, but at the same time, I feel like their offense didn't produce that much other than Quinshad Judkins. I mean, Quinshad Judkins had a good game.
I mean, the Vikings defense, they're good. They're not that good. You should be able to score more than 17 points on them, I think.
Yeah.
So, week 18, or however you want to do it, start of next year, who's the starter for the Browns?
Still say Gabriel.
Really?
I don't think Shador's that good.
I don't know if they'll give him a chance. I think if he gets the chance, it'll be Shador.
If Gabriel is the quarterback next year, Shador will not be on the Browns, I think. I think they'll get rid of him and try and get
Arch Manning.
someone else.
No.
Arch Manning won't be drafted.
Yeah, no, I think Arch Manning goes to the Jets. That's what I want.
Dude, Arch Manning isn't going to be remotely near the first round.
You sure? You really think that?
You really think that? You've been watching any college football?
I mean, yeah, he's been playing bad, but I feel
he's been playing horrible. They've been beating a Power 5 team.
I feel like he's a really good talent. Do you think he's just gonna be?
No, you're just saying that because his last name is Manning.
Do you think it's just gonna? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Do you think it's just gonna be like a Shador thing all over again? Like he just drops highly before the draft?
No, I don't think that anyone is. I mean, unless he turns the season around, he won't enter the draft.
Yeah, I never thought he could take another year.
Yeah. He's a junior.
Another thing too, because draft in college. Drew Aller, how much do you think it hurt him that
these last few weeks?
That too, and that him not going into the draft next year.
Yeah,
Drew Aller.
Last year,
Drew Aller's off.
He would have been a first round pick.
He would have been on the Browns,
year.
I think.
Yeah, he would have been. Dude, I think that he would have gone in the first round last year. I think teams take him over Dart.
Yeah.
I think Drew Aller is not good.
No, he was never good. I always said it too.
Yeah.
Because he always had an interception problem, and I don't like quarterbacks.
As of right now,
and
we're still 5 weeks into the college or 6 weeks into the college football year.
Yeah.
But it is actually looking like both Manning and Aller, who were the 1 and 2 quarterbacks going into this year, are both not going to be first rounders, and we'll see how far they drop.
Aller's still going to get drafted, I think. He's not going to be a second, maybe not even be a third round pick.
The best quarterback's like John Mateer.
Yeah,
and he is hurt right now. Yeah.
There's one last thing I wanted to add really quickly. What are you guys thoughts on the Colts being 4-1 right now? I've
said it from the start. I think this is the Sam Darnold on the Vikings of this year with Daniel Jones, and I don't know how. Actually, no. I think that the Colts are gonna. I think they're built to win more than the Vikings of last year were.
The Vikings were. I'm pretty sure they're the highest record in there. They were 14-3, I believe it was, or it was either 13 or 4 or 14-3.
They were 14-3.
Yeah, I mean, with a guy like Sam Darnold who ended up becoming a Pro Bowler, so I feel like that was super cool. And and this, I mean, when you look at the Colts offense, they're not that.
Daniel Jones has been great.
Yeah, but I feel like they don't have that other than Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, well, Jonathan Taylor.
They're not any guys that pop out other than Jonathan and then Tyler Warren, who's
Pittman's had a really good year.
And
Warren's had a really good year.
Josh Downs.
He's
not
just
on the team.
think
Yeah.
the decision week 1, like before the season even started, we talked about, is this the right decision for the Colts putting in Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson? And the Colts must have just saw something that we didn't see.
Yeah.
Because it's clearly worked out.
Yeah, I agree.
Not starting Richardson.
So moving on into next week now, our game of the week is going to be the Niners at the Buccaneers. Me and Liam are both 0-1. We both had the Rams winning last week. I mean, yeah, I don't know, and I was pretty confident about that too. But the Niners proved me wrong. Obviously, lost in overtime. But yeah, this is our game of the week. 2 4-1 teams who I think are both really, really solid.
I think if the Buccaneers are going to take this game, they're at home, and they've just been playing unstoppable football. Only lost the Eagles, while the 49ers, I think, have had closer games and just have not been playing as good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Buccaneers.
I mean, I said it earlier in the podcast. I think really, really highly of the Buccaneers. I think they're one of the best teams in the NFL, and I think they're going to take this game. I think that the 49ers are one of the worst 4-1 teams in the league, if not the worst one. It's the 49ers or the Jaguars, but I think the Buccaneers are one of the best teams in the NFL. And I think they're going to take this game.
Is Purdy playing this week?
I don't believe so.
Because I know that he was questionable.
I don't think he's playing this week.
Yeah, he's still not practicing.
What I don't know is Bucky gonna play? That's where I'm like.
I don't think he's not gonna play.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But Rachaad White still had a really good game.
I mean, yeah, that's the one thing we didn't talk about. Rachaad White had a super impressive game.
He is a good running back. He used to be their starter too before Bucky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with everything both of you guys said. I think that this is a Buccaneers offense like we were talking about earlier that is just really, really sound, and the defense does have issues, but especially with no Purdy, I think you got to give it to the Buccaneers at home. This will definitely be a good game, though. I think it'll be a close game. It'll come down to it, and it'll be high scoring.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a high scoring game.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Buccaneers 31, Niners 27.
I'll go Buccaneers 38, Niners 35.
So is that the exact score of last week's game with the Buccaneers?
It was, yeah.
It was.
Yeah. I don't think this game's gonna be. I think this is gonna be like a surprisingly far game. I think the Buccaneers are gonna take this one away.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'll go 27-10.
27-10.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going bold this week. I think the Buccaneers are gonna wipe the floor.
Well, we'll see. Well, thank you for joining us here on this edition of the Prep NFL Podcast. Jack McGroarty with Tommy Repici and Liam Pierson. Week 6 of the NFL kicks off tonight, and we hope to see you next Thursday. Thank you.